Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another Infinite MagicRaid video, IMR for short. Games in soft launch. I want to talk about building up your team power. I want to talk about what kind of teams you want to use. I want to talk about gear and sets and any way you can increase the overall power of your team. So if you go into your world map here, we'll just go into, this is where I'm at whatever Nightmare 9-1. If you go in here and enter, you can see you have your overall team power. So let's talk about what kind of team I use as far as, you know, number of supports, etc. You can see right now that I have 2 damage dealers. Holder is my main damage dealer. He's a very strong epic unit, very strong epic unit. If you get him, and you get a lot of summons, so I feel like even as free to play, even with 3, 4, 5 days, you're gonna get a holder. So once you get him, I would focus on him. You can take him all the way up to Awaken 5. You can see mine's Awaken 3. I'll go through over that system in a minute. I have another damage dealer, and then I have 3 supports. Okay, so again, these 2 epics also are very good. Honestly, out of all the epics, these 3 are probably the best epics in the game. As far as legendaries, there's a lot of legendaries, and not a lot of people get a lot of legendaries, so I won't talk too much about legendaries. But I just want to talk about building a team and increasing your power and everything you can do. So first of all, I guess I should stay in here. There's a lot of good stuff in here, okay? There's a lot of good stuff in here. There's all sorts of stuff that you can get in here, and it's really good. So if you are a week in and you just want to get some more of this gear or rewards, you can always go back to common, hard, and start clearing these out. I just went back today and went into common and cleared out all these, 3-starred them all, because also these rewards right here on the right are based on your current stars. So when you do this, you're going to get more food, better gear, more gold, more experience, etc. That also, I believe, works on this quick battle here. So I have been using this twice a day. It's 50 diamonds, but I feel like you don't really use these diamonds that often. I think you can top up with so you can top up here with diamonds. That's probably the main purpose of them, like every gacha game. But there's another thing you can use them for, and that's buying stuff in the shop. I would stay away from this. 1.2 million gold is a lot. In the beginning, you don't have a lot of gold, so I would kind of stay away from that. But I would buy food in here, most likely. Food is hard to get. I've been buying food. I don't know if that's the proper way to do it, but it is what it is. I'm kind of talking about what I've been doing and what I've found out in the game. I buy food out of here. Sometimes I buy these out of here. You get a lot of summons with it. I don't know. Those probably aren't worth it. I have been refreshing for 0, for 5, and 10. I don't go more than that. Again, I feel like you have a lot of these, but what I have seen in here is I've seen 5-star eggs in here. Let me just refresh and kind of, did I get all the food already? So I bought the food. You also, for the quests, you need to buy stuff. So buying the food is good for your quests here. You know, these quests here in the bottom right, bottom left behind me, campaign quests. You can see this girl right here. A lot of these are like purchase stuff in the shop right here, make purchases in the market. So that all is retroactive. So that's really nice. Some games don't do retroactive, but this one does. So you can buy them ahead of time. But let me just refresh real quick. Food is a struggle in here. 400K. I don't know if I'd buy that for 400K. Actually, I'm going to, because I actually picked up a couple of packs. I had to have someone else buy them for me, but because it's locked right now. But yeah, I bought a couple dollars in packs, not too much money. So now I have a little bit more gold. Gold is definitely a bottleneck when you first start like crazy, so I wouldn't buy a lot of stuff, but I wanted to show you a dragon egg. Maybe I'll just refresh one more time just to see if I can get a dragon egg in here. Okay, whatever, never mind. It's not giving me dragon eggs. You can get 4-star and 5-star dragon eggs. The 5-star is like 1,200 diamonds or something like that, maybe 1,400 if I remember correctly. Very good. I would 100% buy that. So let's just talk about everything that increases your power in this entire game. I will say one of the #1 things is the Forge. This Fearless set is ridiculous. On Holder, this is a ridiculous set. Like 15 crit rate, 10 leech, and 20% mastery. Leech is amazing on him because he has so many counterattacks, and you leech your life up every time you counterattack. Mastery is amazing because this boosts all damage over time, so his bleeds do a lot of damage. Crit rate is obviously good because it makes you do more damage. So an amazing set. This set is really good for anyone who does dot damage. So that's what mastery is used for, and it's 20% mastery. So anyone who does dot damage. So for me, that is my legendary and holder. Very good set. I will say this set is really amazing as well. Speed, effect hit, and healing. If you have a healer that also lands debuffs, this is a great set. If they don't land debuffs, I don't know that I would waste it because it's the same material for Fearless and this and Tough set. So yeah, I would prioritize this one. Once you get a good set for here, maybe get one of these for your healers. Really good sets. There's some amazing sets in here. You can craft, this wild set's really good for damage dealers as well. The Slay set might be better once we're able to get higher crit rate, but I feel like in the beginning, crit rate is really hard to get. So make sure you're doing stuff in the forge. Like when you have this set, I mean, this is like more stats than highly rolled gear that's 3 or 4 star. So even if you have bad substats, it may be worth it to use a 2 pieces of this set. Don't forget, it's only a 2-piece and you get all of these stats. So I feel like sets are extremely strong in this game, especially those crafted sets. This will kind of be my beginner guide. So I just want to, you know, obviously you have this whole thing where you can quick craft. As far as food, I have been getting rid of most of my epics because I did find a tier list. I will link the tier list in the description. That tier list is from Eileo, E-I-L-E-O from Discord. So I just want to give credit to that person who made it. I have been using that, and basically anything that's not S tier I've been getting rid of. I just did a bunch of more summons, so I have more food now, but food is very hard. The way the awakening system works is basically you need 5 units for each upgrade, okay? So even a 1-star unit needs 5 1-stars. So totally different system than normal, but if you go into awaken, you can see here to go to 4, I need 5 of these. 3 was 4, 2 was 3, etc. And these are 5 stars, so you need quite a lot of food to awaken your units, but you get very strong rewards for it. You can see your stats go up, your max level goes up, and if you go to equipment, you unlock these awakening equipment pieces. The first one is for awaken 1, second one awaken 3, last one awaken 5. And you can roll different things here. You can say I have attack, but you can get like crit rate in some of these. I don't know exactly which artifacts or whatever these things are called can roll which type of stats, but I've seen like a speed main stat. I've seen a crit rate main stat. Let's see if I have any over here. Yeah, like this one's mastery. I've seen some that were like crit rate. I know I have one. There we go. Some are crit rate. And yeah, I even saw one for healing, I think, somewhere. But yeah, so there's crazy stats in here. It says well matched. That just means these are the only ones you can equip. They shouldn't call it well matched because you can't equip other artifacts. So they have to be the certain type. Just like for this one, you can see that, you know, I can only equip them for my faction or whatever force. I know there's a healing one somewhere in here. Yeah, look at this one. Healing, crit damage, defense, crit rate, defense rate. Pretty cool. I don't know if there's any blue healers that I even have, but yeah, that's that. Okay, so those are a couple different ways to increase your power. Other ways is obviously skill upgrades. Be very careful using skill upgrades because you do not get a lot of them. You do get this. It does seem that you get some from Guild Boss, but you can only get like 1 a day, so it's really not a lot. I would definitely only use those on very strong units. I used a lot of them on my Magus, and then I pulled Liz, and I was kind of annoyed because Liz is better than Magus, but oh well. Now I finally skilled her up. I have 1 left, which goes into here. Anyways, that's very strong. Now, legendary skill ups are even more rare, of course. I did skill up my Vera. This was actually my first legendary I pulled, and I went back and forth on skilling her up, and I decided to because she has this crazy crit rate up and stealth buff for your entire team, 3-turn cooldown, lasts for 2 rounds, and 50% crit rate for all of your allies is quite insane early game. in mid game, because that means I only need to build up to 50% crit, and it's quite hard to get crit in the beginning of the game when you have like 2-3 star gear. So that's very strong. And she has this thing that when anyone is under stealth, they get HP, and Vera gets HP every single turn, which is quite insane. I mean, it's 10% when they're under stealth. So she puts an AoE stealth. That means everyone gets heals. And on her A1, she also puts people in stealth. And it's people who have the lowest amount of HP. So the people that want to get healed, she puts stealth on them, which makes them untargetable. They can still get hit by AoE. And it heals them. So I think she's a pretty good unit. She also has the silence, which is kind of cool. Basically, it means they can't use any abilities besides their A1. But that also means you need some hit chance. But yeah, so I really like this girl. I've leveled her up. I also like this girl, Natalie, however you want to say it. Natalie. She lands a lot of bleeds. And I figure that synergizes well with my holder because he deals more damage when he's got bleeds. So go through your abilities and try to link up units that you think are going to be good together, right? Most people I think are going to run 2 damage dealers. So these are my 2 damage dealers, Natalie and Holder. And I think most people are going to run 3 supports. Magus is very good for an epic. Liz is very good for an epic. This girl, Eden, you get is pretty solid. You get her no matter what. I don't know if I would awaken her a bunch, but if you can't find anyone else to use as a healer, she does have some heals. They're kind of weak. I don't know if you want to skill her up, but there's also some other good epics in here. This guy's pretty solid for a damage dealer. He has an AoE, and he also has this thing where first hit, he crits. Yeah, he's pretty cool. As far as the other epics, you know, I don't see this girl mentioned very often, Naya, but she seems to have a pretty decent support kit. So she has AoE decreased defense. It's not 100%, which is kind of annoying. It's only 70%, 60%. So it only lands 60% of the time. And it's on a 4-turn cooldown. But she also has this thing that every round she just heals herself. And she brings increased attack to all of your teammates, which seems pretty cool. And she can land bleed. So she kind of goes with Holder as well because she has a chance to land bleed. Decent unit. I've never seen anyone build her, but maybe useful. That's pretty much it for epic mentions, at least that I have in my box. But now let's talk about some of the epics I got. As I said, Vera's pretty good. The Space Girl that you get in the beginning is a decent unit. She's really good in PvP because she has so much speed manipulation, but she also has a heal. So you could definitely totally use her. I use her in some of my teams. She has a lot of AP. AP means, I don't know, ability power, action power, or something like that. Probably action power is basically the same thing as turn meter. In this game, you have a little turn meter bar at the bottom, and that basically tells you when you're going to go next. So, yeah. Very cool unit. You really just want to go through your units, skill them up. Check the tier list in the description that I'll link. Again, not my tier list, but I just wanted something to kind of reference to give you a rough idea of what's useful. Again, take tier list with a grain of salt. The game is very new and not all these units have been tested out, so a lot of it could be totally incorrect, but it kind of gives you a decent idea. You know, if you see S tier on there, probably don't get rid of that unit. Otherwise, I would use a lot of the epics as food. You can see I just did a summoning session, so I have a lot of food, and I'm gonna just start getting rid of basically all these epics. I'm trying not to keep a lot of epics. I think I'll keep all of these Lester copies because I know he's a good PvP unit and I can use them to awaken him. I'm sorry, awaken the exclusive here. Another thing that gives a lot of power here. Like some of the exclusives are really strong. Let's look at Holders, for example. I mean, Magus's. If I go to his exclusive, 20% extra healing. That's pretty strong. That's a lot of extra healing and also cleanses all allies. Really cool. So some of these are very, very strong. So if you get extra copies, don't get rid of extra copies. All you need to do to unlock the exclusive is get that person to a 5-star, and then all you do is you click it. Let me find one that I can actually do it with. Sorry, let me go up here. I guess I'll just click him. Oh, he's not awakened. You have to awaken one time first, and then you can upgrade the exclusive. So let me go to someone who's awakened, sorry. And all you do is you put a 5-star person in there, same hero, as the one you're trying to empower, and then boom, they upgrade their abilities. It's kind of like upgrading their weapon in this game, but yeah, it's called exclusive. Next thing is Emblem. Emblem is another way. You get to choose 2 of these. This is basically copy and pasted directly from Raid Shadow Legends. It's just turned 90 degrees. They don't have some of the other stuff like the max HP stuff for attack, but go through here, see what you want. And you have like a main tree and a secondary tree. So once you choose 2 in a row, that's like your main tree, and I think you can put more points into this tree than support. See, because now it says it's already maxed, even though I only have 1. So just remember, you have to focus on one of them as your main tree, and then you have like a secondary tree where you can put points into. You can unlock these. You have to be awakened. So this first one is like awaken level 1. Second one is... You might unlock the first 2 with Awaken 1. Yeah, and then this is Awaken 2, Awaken 3, Awaken 4, Awaken 5. Okay, that's how it works. So the first 2 are before you're awakened, or Awaken 1, sorry, Awaken 1. Actually, I don't know if, let me check. Actually, is the first one without awakening, can I do any of them? No, okay, so yeah, that's what it is. Awaken 1. Awaken 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. You can purchase these right here. He's not awakened. You can purchase them for diamonds, but you can also just farm them. So if you want to just farm them, go to Dungeon, go to Emblem Challenge, and you can just farm these. Now, note that when you go in here, your heroes have to be awakened to be able to clear it, and only the ones in here get the materials for the skill ups, or talent points, I should say. So that's how that works. Talent points are strong. Gear is strong. I kind of talked about gear, but let me just talk about, like I said, I mostly talked about everything about gear. Obviously, you're going to upgrade gear with gold. Gold is a very rare resource in this game, like every game that requires it for gear upgrades. And basically, obviously, 16 is the highest. You get new stats at, what is it? 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, there you go. 4, 8, 12, 16. You get new stats. A legendary has 4 stats. A blue starts with 2 stats. So if you hit in the enhance, you can see what you get. So once you get 4, you get one of these randomly. Once you get 8, you get another one randomly. 12 gives you a new stat. 16 gives you a new stat. It kind of shows you what happens. So that's kind of obvious. Again, I already talked about those, so that's it. What else can you do to increase power? What else did I miss? Oh, talents. So you can do this dungeon here in the middle, Tower of Mark, and it's kind of like faction towers. I've been focusing on the Force one because Holder is my main damage unit. These respawn with time. It's like every hour or a couple hours or whatever. And basically you go through here and you do these. When you get a nuclear, you get a lot of them. For farming old ones, you get a couple of them. When you're in here, obviously you can only use the units from that affinity or whatever that it is, that element type. And you unlock all your stuff here to basically go into your talents. So they have different talents. They have class talents and then mark talents. Mark talents are like the faction. You know, you got 4 factions in this game. I guess element is more what it's like. There's like 4 elements in this game. So you can buff them there. And also they have classes. So defense, attack, support. If you want to see that, all you do is it shows you right here. So you can see in the top right, you have basically attack. He's a force element, and his like faction is Eternal Sect. So those are the 3 things that you have there, and those buff people that way. They also have the Sanctuary thing, which is kind of like the Empower stuff in Raid Shadow Legends, where you place units in here. You're still able to use them. Ooh, I unlocked the second one. Can I add people in here now? Okay, so you can only station them in one place. So I think I'm now going to pull her out of here. I think I'm going to put her up here. Gives me the same amount of points, but now it buffs my... I'm going to call these holy because I forget what they're called. And it should be... It's either holy or light or whatever. You know what I mean. And basically you get the stats here. You can see what kind of stats you get. You can see the max amount of stats is actually quite insane. I mean, 88,000 HP is pretty insane. So this is another way to increase the power of your teams. What else did I talk about? Temple, you can summon mythics. You get these from doing events and stuff like that. These units are probably extremely strong, if I had to guess. Another thing to focus on is these campaign quests. I kind of already talked about this, but make sure you're doing these because look at all these rewards down here. I mean, you get all sorts of summons from these, and you get the big yellow summons that have a higher chance for legendaries. So you really want to focus on those quests. Dispatch is another thing. Do your dispatches whenever they're up. You get free stuff for it. Do arena, obviously. These the rewards you get from arena actually is what you need to craft these really powerful sets here. So you definitely want to focus on doing some arena, and you'll also need them for these chapter campaign quests that are behind my head here. You will need to fight in the arena to complete those, so that's another important thing. There's also obviously, events are huge. Go through and do events. They're very strong. Here's a 4-star piece of food. Awesome. 4-star. That's a great, you know, food is very hard to get in this game, and you need a lot of food for the awakenings. So that's important. You have these milestones that are kind of behind stuff over here where you get rewards randomly. I don't have any right now, but you'll just hit this rewards button and you'll claim them, blah, blah, blah. Just more stuff to do. Am I missing anything? Basically, you just want to focus on getting as far as you can in campaign. I guess I'll talk about dungeons. You want to get as far as you can in campaign. And as I said, you can always go back and complete the earlier levels for more stars because a lot of your stuff is based on that. But this unlocks almost all of your content. So this should be your main priority, is getting all the way to hell. Again, there's 4 difficulties. Hell is the hardest one. I'm trying to finish Nightmare so that I can move on to Hell. Obviously, the higher level you're in, the better gear you're going to get. So I'm assuming you're going to be able to get 6-star gear maybe in Hell. Maybe only 5-star. We'll have to see once I get there. But the last thing to increase the power of your team is obviously dungeons. I guess I'll talk about Space Temple real quick. They have these that unlock. And when they unlock, you should do them. You get a lot of summons in here. You get 5-star food in here. These are really good. These are pretty easy. They're kind of similar. If you ever played Rage of Destiny, it's kind of similar to that. But you definitely want to focus on doing these. Dwarven Ruins. Now, these are your gear dungeons. You have your artifacts that are for your awakening slots. And then you have your regular gear. Now, as far as gear sets go, I feel like the really strong ones in the beginning are the Lifesteal set, which is this one right here. Speed set is good if you have someone like Space, who's like a speed booster. You want that. Life one is good for support units. The healing one is good for support units. This hit one is pretty good if you need to land debuffs. This one increases mastery, and mastery is your dot damage. I don't know that one's super useful because a lot of times you just want it to land. This crit set is very good because crit rate is very hard to get in the beginning. This one is the defense set, which is kind of meh. My face is in the way, so let me move over here. This one is attack set. This is crit damage set. This one reduces the crit damage taken, and this one is resistance, I think. So I've been focusing on this one right now just because it's the furthest I can get, and I'm trying to get to the point where I can get 6-star gear. And I like speed, health, and lifesteal sets. Honestly, the best sets are the ones you can craft. So it seems like you want a crafted set, a 2-piece crafted set, and then a 2-piece of one of these sets. Yeah, you're going to focus on those, obviously. Once you can get... I don't know if I would start focusing on these until you can get to like 9. I don't know if I'd sit there and spam level 8 because 2-star is kind of useless, but in the beginning, 3 and 4-star gear is going to be pretty strong. So if you can get any of these up to level 9, then I think it's okay to farm some gear if you're kind of stuck. You will need to upgrade some of your gear to clear through like the campaign. I don't know what this is. It's not available for me yet. Guild Boss, you should definitely just be doing it. It doesn't take long. I get 2 attacks on it, and you get some of these, which is used for gear to craft the really good sets. So I would definitely do that. And you also can get summons and skill ups. You can see I can't get any of the legendary skill ups. I can only get epic skill ups from here. I also get some gold and stuff. So I would definitely just do that. Find a guild, just go in there and do it. I went over Emblem challenge. Oh, let me just go through auto battles. The cool thing about this game is if you want to do an auto battle, I love this feature. They have it in Summoner's War. I really love this feature. So let me do this one. If you already cleared it, like this one I can already clear. This gives me 4 and 5 star gear. So I can go in here, I can hit multi-battle. I can max out all 30. I can have it automatically get rid of gear. So I get rid of all 1, 2, and 3 star gear. I'm going to do all 30. It's telling me it's going to cost 390 energy. You get a lot of energy in the beginning. So, you know, you have to work on your account. So you're going to want to use your energy up. Just, you want to farm gear. You want to farm campaign. You get food from campaign, which is different than a lot of games, but this is pretty cool. Look at, so now I have this multi-battle running, and now I can do other things. You can't do other fights. Can I do arena? I know I can't fight in other stuff, but let's see if I can do an arena battle. I'm really curious if I can do arena while that's running. Nope, I can't. Okay. All right, you can't actually do any battles, but you can like mess around and you can craft gear. I can, you know, do quick crafting and stuff like that while the multi-battle is running. So that's pretty useful. And it's just nice because you don't have to be stuck on that screen. I think you can do summons. You can do all sorts of stuff while that auto battle is going. So that is a nice feature to have. Okay. I think the video is getting kind of long. I think I covered basically everything for beginners on how to increase your team power, what you should be focusing on, etc. I hope this was a useful video for some of you guys. I've been playing the game 8 days, so I'm not like the most knowledgeable person in the world, but there's definitely some things that I've learned and mistakes that I've made. So I just wanted to make this video and kind of get that out there. So if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not already. I'll be making more videos for Awakened Chaos Era and Infinite MagicRaid. So if you like either of those games, please hit that sub button and that like button. It really helps out my channel. And have a great day, everyone. See you guys.